Customer databases are not static assets. They are inherently unstable structures that begin degrading the moment they are built. This timeline shows B2B contact data decaying at roughly 2.1% every month. Over 12 months, a database loses up to 30% of valid contacts. A list of 100,000 records drops to 77,000 without a single email sent. When you route marketing campaigns to dead addresses, bounce rates immediately spike. Once those bounces climb past a low threshold, mailbox providers throttle your sending domain. Your legitimate messages to active buyers are diverted directly into spam folders. This invisible decay compounds an existing problem. Most companies possess reachable email addresses for less than half of their actual customer base. Left unchecked, this silent data rot destroys both your audience reach and your domain reputation, turning expensive CRM investments into operational liabilities. The challenge for revenue operations teams is recovering that lost audience without taking on the severe deliverability risks associated with third-party list acquisition. The mechanical solution to this decay is a deterministic data enrichment process known as email appending. Email appending focuses exclusively on the first-party records already sitting in your database. The process identifies and attaches missing contact details to the names and companies your sales and marketing teams have already touched. These target records are already highly valuable. They are past purchasers, recent event registrants, and active accounts that simply lack a working digital communication channel. Sending messages to a database of known customers protects your sender reputation, whereas broadcasting to unverified strangers often destroys it. Appending operates on the logic of audience recovery, reactivating the exact relationships a company has already invested the capital to acquire. This diagram illustrates the pipeline to safely enrich CRM data: submit, match, validate, and deliver. In the submit stage, you provide incomplete records requiring a name, company, and postal address. During the match stage, these inputs are cross-referenced against a database to locate missing information. The rules governing this match must be rigid. An address is only appended if it maps to the specific individual on your record. It cannot be generalized to a shared household or a broad company domain. Enforcing this strict parameter filters out plausible but useless guesses, ensuring you avoid wasting resources on generic info-at or sales-at inboxes. The structural integrity of the entire append process relies on this deterministic exact match correlation rather than broad approximation. Phase 3 is validation, the critical risk mitigation checkpoint. Every matched address is individually tested for deliverability, guaranteeing it won't damage your reputation by bouncing. Finally, delivery. A standard B2B append typically yields a match rate between 20 to 40% of the original input file. Pristine input files, or consumer datasets, can push that yield up to 50%. This creates a highly efficient commercial structure operating on a strict pay-per-result logic, meaning you are exclusively billed for validated, deliverable records. Validation is the barrier separating a high-quality append from a dangerous list buy. It ensures capital is only deployed to reach a verified human decision-maker. Accurately matching data holds no value if the resulting list cannot be compliantly activated. This matrix outlines the 4 major regulatory frameworks governing email deployment, which vary drastically depending on the physical location of the recipient. In the United States, the CAN-SPAM Act permits appending provided the sender honors opt-out requests within 10 business days and includes a valid physical address. The European framework is stricter. GDPR enforces an opt-in model, requiring a documented lawful basis for consent and the explicit right to data deletion. Canada's CASL framework requires demonstrable express or implied consent before any commercial messages can be sent. And in California, the CCPA and CPRA operate on a notice and opt-out model, mandating strict handling protocols for do not sell or share requests. Navigating these distinct jurisdictional lines requires a vendor that sources exclusively from permission-based data and meticulously maintains global suppression lists. Once the clean data is returned, it requires a specific onboarding protocol to integrate safely into your CRM. This is executed through a permission pass. A permission pass is a specialized welcome message. Its architecture must do 3 things clearly: introduce your brand, provide contact context, and offer a frictionless opt-out. This must be the absolute first message sent to the newly appended addresses, kept strictly isolated from your standard high-volume marketing campaigns. After deployment, the data enters a quarantine protocol. Best practice dictates holding these records in a separate flow for exactly 1 week. This window provides the necessary time to process the standard opt-out rate, typically around 2%, and to catch any immediate bounces before the data scales up. The permission pass acts as your final firewall. It guarantees that only willing, engaged participants are integrated into your broader revenue operations ecosystem. These charts show the impact of appending. At baseline, most companies hold working emails for only 40% of their customer base. The pending cannot be deployed as a one-time emergency repair. Standard databases require appending on an annual or biannual schedule, while high-velocity sales teams continuously adding leads need quarterly enrichment to maintain baseline health. Before initiating an enrichment pipeline, input files must be deduplicated. They must be meticulously standardized and fully backed up to safety. Better inputs guarantee higher match yields. Sustainable operations demand treating data enrichment as a continuous programmatic utility. It's the required maintenance to keep your audience reachable and ready for revenue.